Alright, and we're here. So let me make sure that we...
This is a test of the emergency Final Fantasy Record Keeper broadcasting system.
Not only are we on the wrong day, we're on the wrong account. Everything went incorrectly. Okay, we're going now. Alright, well, so, anyway, we're here with Final Fantasy Record Keeper for one more week on my side, on this Tuesday, the day to end all days.
One more week, he says.
Well, honestly, it's probably more like 2 or 3, but let's be real here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm Sly9, and with me.
This is Vprisoner.
Yep, and this was supposed to be happening on Vprisoner's side and also Monday, but a lot of stars did not align, so here we are. As you can see by the little icon here, this week's event is the Final Fantasy VIII Laguna event. Laguna, one of my favorite characters from FF8, does not get very well treated in Record Keeper, sadly.
He's kind of shit in Record Keeper. It's a little sad.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that Laguna isn't like that great of a character in this, but we'll you know, I think the event's at least pretty fun. So, alright, let's start things off as we do by going through and talking about the banners, and then we'll go into multiplayer, and then we'll go ahead and do the event.
Yep.
Yes, that is the order we tend to do these things in. So, you'll also notice, oh hey look, there's a billion Nightmare Relic draws here. Yeah.
So the deal is, we've had so many one-time only half-off pulls that it's honestly really, like, it's really compact. We've had so much shit in such a short amount of time that it is very, very difficult to save for the next fest, which is happening in a few weeks.
Yeah, we have these 4 here. These are the Combat, Summoner, Support, and Celerity 5-star draws.
Yeah, that's all there is to them. They're basically very well curated, good pulls on everything.
And then we will upcoming have a Black Mage and White Mage relic draw. And then on top of that, a week later, we will have a trio of pre-fest banners that'll be, I think it's Imperil's, oh god, it's Imperil's BSB Plus, aka the best banner, and god, I don't remember what the third banner is. Healing? Summoning? Healing? Probably Healer. They like you doing Healer banner. I don't remember what the third one is on
BSB
that.
Plus again, I like to remain optimistic.
Yeah, BSB Plus twice. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, there will be all the fest stuff, but that's like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. Anyway, what we're here for today is the FF8 banners. Let's go ahead and start things off, taking a look at banner 1, which has
Slots full cure.
Yep, this is Selfie's USB. Instantly restore a large amount of HP to all allies, last stand, and major regen.
Everyone loves Echo. This is basically Echo's, except swap out haste for major regen.
Yes, which, depending on your setup, is either incredibly advantageous or not. I mean, if you have haste from somewhere else. This is a very powerful setup for it. So this is super good, like, healing. I love
especially since the major regen is there to keep you standing even after last stand. So it's just an extra buffer to help you recover from whatever the hell just hit you.
Yeah. Following that up, this is Squall's BSB 2.
Oh my god, this thing is a nightmare.
Yep. So, we have Steely Blade, 8 physical ice and non-elemental attacks to 1 target. Infuse the user with power of ice, haste, and burst mode to the user. The first move, Draw Injunction, deals 2 physical ice and non-elemental attacks to 1 target. If the user has burst mode, raise their junction level by 1 up to level 3. And then the second attack is 4 to 7 ice and non-elemental attacks to one target. The number, power, and crit strike chance depends on the number of junctions that you've done.
So this thing just suddenly slapped into like the top DPS, elemental DPS in the game, just for this reason. It is a lot like Raigen's BSB, where you store up charges, except the charge storing feature also does damage too, so you are constantly pressuring the enemy. And here's the thing too, tier lists are bullshit, but this thing was also significantly overestimated because it kind of assumed that it followed the exact same rules that Raigen's does. Raigen is allowed to keep his charges even after burst mode, re-entering, like, so he can just keep his charges as like a 20-second style buff. This one, you have to use your charges while burst mode is active. Once it's gone, your charges are gone.
Now do you consume your charges when you use the glow and roar, or are you...
Yes, I believe so.
Because it doesn't say it consumes the charges here. Like, that's what I'm checking here.
Because the idea is just like you junction up to 3 charges and then just like low and roar and maybe another low and roar afterwards, and then that's about as much as you'll get out of a normal burst time frame. So,
all right, but yeah, this is especially compared to Squall's first BSB, which is more just like serviceable elements with decent damage. This one has a niche that it does very well.
No, this thing just does colossally stupid amounts of damage, even more so than Refia and Cloud, who are already insane. It's just that this one is closer to Refia and Cloud in terms of damage than you'd think.
Yes. Alright, let's move along to next up. We have Irving's BSB. 5 ranged fire and physical fire and non-elemental attacks to all targets, temporarily lower their attack and defense a large amount, and grant haste and burst mode to the user. Blade Snipe is attack resistance, Mage Snipe is magic defense.
Yeah, this is good.
Sweet.
This is a good support BSB.
As with, again, the way that debuffs work is if you have different types of debuffs, they stack. So this one's attack defense, this one's attack resistance. Those stack. Those also stack with just base attack. Those also stack with full breakdown. Those also stack with gun break, because you might have Irving's hyper sniper. So
yeah, there you have it.
This is kind of the direction they've been taking. The like support BSBs as of late, like Setzer, has this sort of thing, and it's Saz also has something akin to this. Yeah, and it's good stuff. So
yeah, this actually competes with Setzer's BSB. I'd say it's just there's your BSB and then there's your character. Setzer at least can equip swords and stuff.
Yeah,
Irving is still in the same boat as a lot of gun users, where they just sort of have guns and that's kind of their only ace in the hole.
Yeah, I guess that's another reason I like Fran.
Yeah.
All right.
No, this is still good. So
next up, we have a recurrence of Strange Vision, Selfie's BSB. This is a very strong healing BSB. Deal 4 white magic holy attacks to all targets with a chance to instantly KO them, which is almost never relevant, but as you might see, today is. Temporarily raise magic and mind of all allies a moderate amount and grant haste and burst mode to the user. Command 1 is a major regen and Kiraja on a single target, and Command 2 is 2 attacks with a dispel on it.
You call this a healing BSB, I'd call this a powerful holy BSB with a little bit of healing attached. Because, for one, I don't see any healing on the intro, do you?
Well, this is very powerful. With the magic and mind, I think it's very powerful healing as far as.
No, this is good. It's just like.
That's fair. This is
more
much
more of a holy damage one.
Though to be fair, it's even like worse than like Pinello's at that by like a mile, and Pinello's is also a healing BSB. Like actually a healing BSB. So
yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing about Moonstone is that this is one of the few BSB commands that's reflectable, but, like, it has a dispel, like, you know, leading on it, so that almost should never happen. Unless you run into an enemy that has, like, a auto-reflect that can't be dispelled.
That's really strange. I never knew that.
Well, that's, like, it only comes up against, like, what, like, 2 enemies? Like...
Yeah, something like maybe, I don't know, Bahamut or something from 4?
Right. Alright. Time Crush!
Yeah, the Time Crush!
Alright, this is SSB for Adia. 5 dark magic attacks to 1 target and lower its dark resist. This is the original Dark Imperil, I think? I'm pretty certain this was.
Yeah, it is the original. Still good because Dark Imperils are still kind of rare.
Yeah. It is what it is. I don't know.
And it's on a good character too, so.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this one's very
Raijin's
strong.
Pauldron.
Raijin's Pauldron. So this is SSB for Raijin. Lightning boosted damage on a armor, which is super nice. Not Time Crush, because that would be Ultimacia if it was Time Crush.
Oh, so that's why they left out the C in the K. I see where you're coming from.
So, this is Aura, which is, remove the delay from the actions of all allies for 1 turn, so non-charge anything, and then last stand major regen.
Yeah, this is a popular one in multiplayer because it's a good enabler.
It's also very popular in anything that's like a lengthy battle. Torments, this is one that I've heard a lot of people using because, like, you just stay standing and you get to remove delay from your BSB entries or your OSBs, you know? Because this is remove delay on any action.
Also, Raijin's Pauldron is a really good piece of equipment because on top of the small boost to lightning damage and everything, like, it's a light armor that can do that, so very easily accessible.
Yep.
And if his BSB were here, then I would just be going fucking nuts for that too, because that's also a small boost to lightning damage, and it...
Like,
wow.
Funnily, like, so Squall's BSB is like the big game on this banner. Selfie's USB is, I think, number 2, and Irving's number 3. This is just close to all those as well. I think this is a very powerful item.
No, this one is excellent.
Alright.
Just so you know, Squall's BSB has the most DPS in the game. Raijin's BSB has the biggest damage potential in the game.
Right. With an upcoming event in a couple weeks, there's going to be an item that will fully unlock the potential of Raijin, and it's going to be great. I can't wait for that.
The $1 Million Man. I can't wait to see him.
I can't wait for that. Alright, next up we do have Hyper Sniper. I mentioned this earlier. This is a bit of an older one, but it's still very good. This was the original gun break. This is the first thing that had a mind break on it. Hyper Sniper. 6 range physical attacks to all targets will lower their attack to magic defense, resistance, and mine a moderate amount. Still good.
Yep.
Stacks with full break, and it's AoE. Like, you can't ask for too much more than this in a super, so yeah, Hyper Viper. Alright.
Remember, her super moves in a circle.
Alright, next up is Zell's Combat King, which we saw this on one of the Fest banners a little while ago. 8 instant physical attacks to random targets, raise the attack of the user moderate amount, and raise defensive resistance of the user a small amount.
This is a selfish buff, but it's a hell of a strong one, plus it has just instant non-elemental damage.
Yeah, this is all right. The big thing is that buff, attack defense resistance, is basically unique. Like, you're not going to be stacking with... I think there's one item I can think of that might actually be unique at this point in the game. Anyway.
The thing, too, is that if you are lucky enough to have Zell's BSB as well, this is a great opener to it.
Yeah. Instant's nice. Alright, and then the last item on here is...
Beast Killer.
Beast Killer. Ranged weapon. Yeah. Grant haste all allies, reduce their offensive casting time for 3 turns. This is... like...
2/3 of something that we love?
Yeah.
2/3 of a sheep song? 2/3 of, I don't know, Broska's staff?
It's Yeah, it's an odd combination of like ley line. It's basically like bad ley lines, right? Like
it's 2/3 of ley lines.
Yeah, it's a bad ley lines. You know, this is oddly enough being Cerberus. It's 2/3 of a thing.
It is a haste gun,
I guess. This Quistis isn't a great character is the problem.
Quistis can do better.
Like
Quistis's BSB is just basically where it's at.
Right. Well, Quistis kind of doesn't operate without that BSB because of her skill set being so restricted.
Her offensive capabilities, she doesn't have 5 in anything that's offensive. She doesn't have 5 in white or black or anything.
I think she can dive to black and white 5, but anyway, let's move on to Banner 2. Banner 2. So far, this has been like the Laguna event with no items for Laguna, so let's see if that fixes up in Banner 2. We start things off with Twin Viper for Renoa. This is a recurrence of Angel Star, her OSB. Massive earth and non-elemental damage to one target. There's nothing special about this one. It is just a flat damage OSB with no like weird scaling mechanics or anything like that.
Which means it's good.
Yeah. Also earth bonus in Realm, so... Alright, let's go see what Laguna's got to offer today. With Laguna's Split Laser, Laguna's BSB.
Hey, good news, Laguna is good now.
Alright, deal 8.
You know how we needed a Machinist that could actually abuse Tempest Snipe to its full potential? Well, guess who's stepping the fuck up?
Alright, deal 8. Ranged physical lightning and non-elemental attacks to random targets. Lower their resistance to lightning. Grant haste and burst mode. Alright, good start. That's like a pinpoint, but like... with some extra stuff on it. And then we have Rapid Punishment, deal 4 ranged lightning and physical lightning and non-elemental attacks to random targets with a small chance to paralyze and silence them. But what we're actually here for is Miraculous Vision, deal ranged physical lightning and non-elemental damage to one target. Remove delay from the user's Machinist abilities for 2 turns.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you put Tempest Snipe on this guy, you turn on Miraculous Vision, and you never stop spamming Tempest Snipe.
Yes.
Especially since his intro is extremely good for it. So you got the Imperil Lightning. He's very much set up for getting the most mileage out of Tempest Snipe. Mustadio almost had that with his Burst Soul Break, but he didn't really commit to it that much.
Yeah. This is music from FF6. The music in the background right now.
Yeah, it's locked Treasure Hunter theme because you're hunting for treasure.
So yeah, Laguna gets an item I'm actually happy with, and like has like a spot to fit. You know, like you know, it's very good at doing one very specific thing. So, all right. Next up, we have a recurrence of the Almost Sheer Trigger. This is Sorcerer's Knight. 8 physical dark and non-elemental attacks to one target. Attract a single target physical and black magic user. Raise the user's defense a very large amount with the Sentinel effect, and grant haste and burst mode to the user. So this is Cypher's, by the way, if I didn't say that. Burst ability, command 1, 4 physical dark and non-elemental attacks to one target. Lower the user's defense a large amount and resistance a moderate amount. Grant the user a barrier that reflects damage. Damage reflected is increased the more this ability is used.
Okay, so here's the thing. Cypher is a Thorns Knight.
Yeah.
He's basically supposed to draw all attacks to him, but he's also going to reduce his defense and resistance a shitload so that he can get the most mileage out of his thorns.
Yeah, when I say Sentinel effect, Dectalon, that is specifically the attract things to you, raise defense. But yeah, Thorn, definitely, that's like what Cypher's trying to do here. The defense and the lowering of defense is negated by the, like, Sentinel defense. The resistance, not so much. The resistance is actually where, like, Cypher can just fall over.
Except, he has a command 2, which heals him up.
Yes, physical dark, non-elemental damage to one target healing, which is much less damage because it's a single hit rather than 4 hits on Desperate Madness, but Like,
it's basically there just to keep him standing because he can't keep up this stupid Thorns gimmick without some sort of backup.
well, I think the trick is that, like, stupid Thorns gimmick is just as stupid and just as gimmicky as the words stupid Thorns gimmick sounds. Is Adia in this? Yes, Adia is a character in this.
I mean, if you get this burst, you can have a lot of fun with it.
Alright, moving along, we have a recurrence of Fujin's BSB, a very, very strong BSB. For one, the weapon is a thrown weapon that has wind damage. But really what you're here for is Metsu. Deal 5 instant magic, wind, and non-elemental attacks to all targets, lower their magic and resistance a large amount, haste burst mode to the user. Command 1 is 4 magic wind non-elemental hits to one target, reduce delay, and the second command lowers resistance.
I believe the reduced delay is ninja speed because she's a ninja.
Yeah.
But it's typed as black.
But yeah, so this is effectively the, like, opposing burst to Vaughn's Arc Blast.
Vaughn's Arc Blast, yeah.
Yeah.
Since Arc Blast is physical, it has a unique debuff. This one is magical, it has a unique debuff. Shitsu is basically there just to lay in on the damage once you're done lowering resistances.
Yeah, because you crush resistances with Metsu and Hakai, you know, like, between them. It's very powerful.
Also, Fujin is an extremely good magic character.
She has a very powerful skill set, being that she is, like, basically the later a character's introduced, the more, like, versatile a character's skill set ends up being. And Fujin is pretty new.
I've said before that Edge is probably the best ninja in the game as long as you are able to work up to him, just because he has a lot of ninja bonuses in his sphere grid. Fujin is the best just because it's very easy for you to start doing stupid amounts of damage with her.
Yeah. Alright. Moving along, we've got Renault's SSB, Angelo Strike. So you can see the tiny dog. Deal 5 magic earth and non-elemental attacks to all targets and temporarily infuse the user with the power earth. This is the...
Okay, she needs this. She needed this desperately because all she had for her OSB was party dress.
Yeah, this is the in element to go with OSB. They really like having that combo on a banner, and here it is. It's basically if you have the OSB or even her BSB, because her BSB is all earth damage too. Well, it's earth and ice, but you can, if you're just doing earth command, it works with this. So that's
yeah.
Our super's bad. They are
no.
For one, uniques are the like actual like worst one if we're going that way.
Also, tiers are bullshit. But what we're saying is that supers are the most common, and as such, they don't have like crazy amazo effects, but they do have strong effects. It really just depends on on what the effect is.
Red Eye Flight, we'll be jumping into that very shortly.
Yes.
We just like doing this first. Honestly, this might be better to do at the end, but I'm not certain. Anyway, generally, the combat is like you have a bunch of different Final Fantasy characters from different games and fighting against. It's like ATB style Final Fantasy. Is like the combat style. We'll quick get to that because these last couple items we won't have too much to say about. Laguna's. This is some of Laguna's worst equipment here. Visions of the Past, which is a 6 ranged physical attacks to one target and raised attack of all allies, which is like, it's a shout, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. Also, it's on Laguna.
The difference between a super and an ultra is that an ultra is more powerful and is on a 6-star piece of equipment. That's all.
USBs are generally on a higher tax bracket, so that's why. Fujin's jacket.
Fujin's jacket, which is decent. Small.
No, I'd say this is strong because on top of being a good piece of equipment that boosts wind damage, it's an instant.
Yeah, honestly, I like it more for the piece of equipment than the
No, I'm saying like she has support 4, so she can wrath. You can go hog wild with just this thing.
True. I just think that it's the like it's not a slight against it, but I think it's the worst of her soul breaks because her other two are so much more powerful. I really like the one that has an affliction break that's party wide. Anyway, 8 instant
because it's the only effect.
Yeah, 8 instant magic wind attacks to one target in wind, which yeah, as basically everything that Vpris just said.
Yep.
So, death by committee, boost to dark damage, 8 physical dark lightning and wind attacks to 1 target, lower the user's defense monitor amount and raise magic and attack of all allies.
Yeah, this is basically meant to be used with Fujin and Raijin, and it debuted in the same event that introduced Fujin and Raijin. It's fucking strong, and the lower the user defense is, again, because Cypher is a Thorns Knight, and as such, he'd benefit from that. But on top, like, yeah, this is a good workhorse.
Yeah, hits a lot of different elements. Affliction Break is an ability that lowers the chance of status effects. Yeah. It's not a soul break. It uses the word break, but that's a different thing. Last item on here is Laguna's Freezing Barrage. 7 ice hits and lowers Imperil Ice.
This is his most useful one, which isn't saying much, but it is the only Imperil Ice in the game, so treat it with care.
All right, let's move on to multiplayer.
Yep.
So, all right. So this week's multiplayer, we've got the Sorcerer's Gauntlet. Oh God. All right. This is at the end.
You remember me slamming my face against this one.
This is the fight at the end of Disc 3 after you beat after you start time compression.
Yeah, this is the start of Disc 4 actually, where you start time compression, and it's like you're going in there and you fight sorceresses across time before you finally end up in Dracula's castle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is right at the beginning of Disc 4 rather than end of 3 is Adele's fight, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we're gonna fight some wizards.
Yeah, one sec. I am.
Let me quick bring up the what's going to be happening here. All right. In this battle, we're fighting 3 of the novice sorcerers, 2 adepts, and 1 sorcerer's elite in waves. All the sorcerers are single target and group magic attacks. Also, they do have holy in their arsenal, which is you have to lower mind rather than magic for. Sorcerers novices will reflect and use the spell. Ultimate Flare, Ultimate Meltdown, which ignores resistance. Ultimate Meteor and oh boy, that ignores resistance, and they can also cast double to double cast.
Yeah, you generally want to focus down the Sorceress Adepts specifically because you don't want 2 sorceresses with ultimate double.
Yeah, and then the final Sorceress has like the 5 countdown and then uses Ultima. Alright, elemental weaknesses though. Novices are weak to poison, Adepts are weak to ice, and I do not believe the Elite has a elemental weakness.
No. So that's basically it. Like, okay, so I'm bringing Ferris and Onion Knight. Because Onion Knight can buff. Ferris has both her Burst Soul Break and her USV, which means that she can debuff both enemy parties and also single targets. So she can basically just swap between them depending on what phase we're in.
So, poison and ice. What do I want to bring to bear on that then? I could bring...
as always. Fran's always there to help out.
Well, Fran doesn't play nice with Ferris, so I don't care about that.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So I'm gonna have to leave Fran on the bench for this.
I'm so used to like Fran and Setzer just dunking enemies in the toilet.
I'll bring a healer with... Actually, rather than Aiko, let's go Realm. I've been really happy with how Realm's been playing. And we'll bring... No, I can't bring Bards. Bards won't do at all.
Maybe want to bring up.
When in doubt, bring Orlando. Alright, so let's get abilities set, and then I'll be able to finally show off gameplay and such to those showing up. Again, this is like off day, like this is not the normal day that we do things and stuff, so they're,
Yeah, so all of a sudden plans have to be made on the fly.
Or even the normal... This isn't even the channel we were open to do things on today. We said ice and poison, right? I'll bring Snow Spell Strike, I suppose. That'll be fine.
Yeah. So let's see. Zillergut has a Celeste with Snowspell and Biora Strike, and also has Vanille.
Okay.
So no need to bring a Shelga.
Oh, no need to bring a I'll change it when I get in. I'm already running.
Okay, so yeah, Runic helps a lot. It'll eat up several of their spells.
Is there any physical going on in this fight?
No, not really. The final sorceress has a party-wide physical with her tail, but that's it.
Okay. Man, I don't really have anything I want for this other move.
Yeah, poison doesn't come up a whole lot. FF8 is practically the only realm where poison weaknesses show up a bunch.
Yep. So if people want to join again, that's the code, the 4666. And if we don't get anybody to join in a little while here, we'll just open it up to everybody.
Yeah, we'll give her about a minute. Okay, so let's see. Do this. Yeah, that's fine. I also have Chain Blizzaga because there's really not much else that I need to do.
We're finally getting... Oh my god, next week we're finally getting Chain Water Gun. Oh my god.
I don't know why they took so long in doing that.
We'll finally have, like, water spells. Rather than, like, having to rely on, basically, like, Water Twin Blade.
Yeah, you know what's extra shitty is that Snowspell Strike is basically going to be this... Like, we're not going to get a 5-star Ice Spellblade because Snowspell Strike's already there. Yeah. Except it's a 6-star, and those are, like, hell on earth to hone.
My materia right? Probably not. Yeah, they didn't optimize because they're on the wrong people. Right. They're right now. Cool.
Also, bear in mind, you're not going to see them do or change it anyway because the menus are fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really the only Achilles heel of multiplayer.
It's funny because they don't even change on my side. Alright, if we don't get anybody else here, let's just open it.
Yeah, I'm just going to open it up. Alright, let's see what we catch.
That looks good.
We got a wall! Hooray!
I like this. Alright. More SIDS! More SIDS! Yes, good. Orlando here.
More SIDS, more walls, and more Ninja Warrior!
So we've got characters from FF6, FF5, FF3, FF Tactics, FF14 in our party right now. So we got a pretty good spread. Funnily enough, nobody from 8.
Okay, I'm keeping a close eye on this.
Alright, best thing here.
Alright, you're in. Good.
Okay. Do they ever trade quips? Like, not like the SIDS, like, themselves, like, but there was, like, an event a while back where if you brought all the different SIDS, they would all trade, like, SID quips with each other, and it was really funny. How many SIDS are actually in the game right now? There's 4 at the moment, and there will be 5 pretty soon. Playable SIDS. There's FF4 SID.
I'm gonna have to help Ziller get out.
Okay, you've got control.
All right, I got the power.
All right, let's just.
All right, and you get that. The other thing too is that multiplayer is at a much higher speed than normal events are. So if you lose connection with somebody and you have to take over for them, kind of madcap.
Yeah, so the game runs at speed 3, and normally when we're doing things, we just run at speed 1.
Because if you run at any higher speed, you will probably die forever.
Yeah.
It's actually very fortunate that we ended up getting a wall. I think that was the one thing that we forgot about.
Yeah, you've got debuffs going, so... I love this one.
Spin the wheel.
Let's just Star Prism to get guts on.
Yep. And I guess multiple break. So that's how it is. Ferris's USB is what's known as a hyper break.
Yep.
Because it lowers all 5 stats at once. But it's one of the best debuffing, like it's one of the best party-wide debuffing elements in the game, just because it's on a dancer, and dancers excel at party-wide debuffs. So this is extremely good on Ferris because it just means that Ferris is like the queen of the AoE debuffing scene.
Oh, this one's not going to be dead by the time the Snow Spell Strike lands. I don't think. Yeah, I went too early on that. Are there ever Keeper unique enemies? There's not really any sort of plot.
Nah.
There might be something in the, like... Actually, ooh, sweet, that Swift Spell just made my Snow Spell Strike look like a correct move rather than me being a moron.
This is just a big old happy parody of Final Fantasy.
Yep. In games
so
where they have job classes, they've generally just, like, had to choose jobs, like, for specific characters. Like, Galoof is a monk in this game. Like, or in FF3, they choose, like, specific jobs for them.
It's honestly kind of interesting because Refia, who is one of the characters from Final Fantasy III, is almost always classified as the White Mage. In here, she's a monk, and she is the best monk.
Yeah, Galoof, yeah.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to, I think I'll go ahead and help out a little bit with the offense because Realm's helping too.
Yeah,
I can't... Okay, so I guess like you can spot heal and I can just do party wide because Vanille can't spot heal.
Oh, whoops. We're not gonna have to, though. Like, the third sorceress is just gonna die to a pile of, like, OSBs from SIDS.
Wow, excuse me for trying to fake strategy.
I know! Look, oh no, ultimate double. Alright, let's... Whatever, we just have to end this before, like, ultimate double gets too dumb.
It's frankly just fun.
Yeah.
Ferris is not the best at it. Yeah, well, she used to be the best debuffer flat in the game until it got really stupid. Like, Setzer has a shitload of things that he can stack forever and just puts, like, enemies in the presser.
She's still an
Except
incredibly good debuffer as one of the ones that has access to both a BSB with a full break and a hyper break.
Yeah, like, instead of just like sitting on that, she just went off and got her USB, which is party weight stuff, and then she just became the dancing queen. So instead of being the best single target debuffer, she ended up turning into the best party wide debuffer.
Who is also very good at single target debuffing.
Yeah.
It feels very weird to watch my characters fight cheering for them. Alright, anyway, this is where Thunder God's gonna break out the real
Sort of like a horse race where you know the jockey.
Yeah. This one felt much weaker than the 160s we fought in the past.
Oh, the 220 gets, like, they have a lot more health
right.
than the 220, so... This is definitely fine as an introduction. Also, enemies that come in groups generally don't have as much health as a single target boss.
Right, and we're just kind of crushing them down. Anyway, Sid, get him! Yeah!
Nope, that did it.
They don't have the backgrounds rotating, like, all the time in this fight. Oh well.
I can't tell you how cathartic this feels after the last time I had to do this fight in like the Fujin and Raijin event.
That's true. We left off all the. We didn't do enough stamps. Anyway.
Right.
So, a bunch of orbs, yay. Ooh, 4-star dex modes. Those are not the most useful modes, but...
Hell, I'll take them.
I'll take any 4-star modes. Alright, moving along. I'm gonna quick touch on the event, because I think that it's actually pretty coolly set up, the, like, basic events.
Right.
So, this is Laguna's event, and the 5 normal, also, we got Man with the Machine Gun playing.
The Machine Gun is such a good song.
Anyway, the 5 events, the 5 like basic ones we do here, we have the just the Timber Woods, which is the first time the party falls asleep and like wakes up as Laguna when you're in the woods. Then you have the Central Excavation, which is inside of the Lunatic Pandora when you're playing as Laguna, Kyros, and Ward. I'm gonna note this one specifically because this one has a metal condition.
Yeah, that's really weird. They normally do not do that. They start getting...
They haven't had a metal condition on one of the basic fights in like 6 months. Anyway.
I know, it just threw me for a loop. I'm like, wait, why did I get expert on this?
Then you have Wind Hill, which is when you're in town, like doing the like rounds, keeping the town safe. You have the Ravine, which is when you're in the play. It has the music going too, which is very silly.
Yeah, they're shooting a movie and then a dragon.
And then Esthar, which is just a fight against Adele. So
yeah, this dork ended up being the president of Futureland.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and start things off with the Garden Stirs, which is the first champion fight. This is the...
Maybe I'm a Lion is also a really good track, Dectalon.
Yeah. This is the fight in Disc 2 when you're going into the garden. Is these oil boils, and then afterwards when Norg gets angry at you existing.
Master Norg!
Norg, this person who's like basically never been said up to the point when you're like there's a civil war going on.
Oh, and that's bullshit. They don't capitalize Norg.
Wait, you can't have just Norg lowercase. Get out of here. Both of these fights have gimmicks, but my favorite part is that Norg doesn't have a resistance to to death. So let's see if I can get that going.
You don't really have to care about Norg. You just sort of like wail on the central hub, and then he comes out, and then you wail on him some more.
Hold on, where are you? Selfie. Selfie, where are you? Wow, Selfie, you're really underleveled.
Oh, you have her burst?
I think I've got her burst, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
We're gonna try and, hit Optim. Actually, no, we don't want to Optim. It's gonna be annoying. So...
I can't believe it's finally coming up.
We're gonna try and get the instant kill. I really want it. Really happy with the music going on here. So the team setups for this one are going to be a lot more of me audibling, as I did not do setup for this event. So
yeah, we just had
don't worry about it. I'm just letting people know like this. Oh right, I don't have a record materia slot. Whoops.
Because she's so low leveled. Oops. But no, like
is she gonna be able to? Am I even gonna get to her? I'm probably not even gonna get to her. Crap.
You could just throw a bunch of growth eggs at her, and then...
Yeah, let's do that quick. I really want to try the instant kill. This will be... growth eggs... I've got eggs in the pocket. There's always more eggs.
Yeah, we basically determined that my hardware is not the issue at all. This new desktop is working as intended. But, you know, we're just going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep. You know what? Sure, let's break Laguna and Adia's level caps as well.
Is the legendary beast the one that plays when she fuses with Mr. Griever?
Alright, so for the first half of this fight, the oil boils, you want to hit them with fire, and for metal condition we want a lower defense. Norg you want to hit with wind, but only when Norg appears out of the pod. Norg also has
that's
the gimmick.
the weird one.
Norg also has the gimmick with the orbs. Like, you want to hit them to make sure they stay blue once they, like, power up. You also have to lower magic. So, we do have a full break with us. No, we don't. We gotta, hey, Waka, get a full break on.
It's honestly, this is honestly one of the stranger enemies to fight just because Norg is not open to elemental weakness conditions until he's actually out of his pod.
Yeah.
Him being in the pod and him being out of the pod are counted as two different people.
Right, I'm stealing the Mako Might to make sure that Selfie has a break. Alright, and we'll go ahead and take just a shout.
Oh, that's right, I still have Edge on.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll get through these first couple quick. Really, I'm just interested in showing off the cool instant death, getting that. You can see Norg kind of animated up there. It's kind of silly. But yeah, just... And then we'll... So, the other two champion fights are actually kind of silly to me. Because I like the enemy, that's the second one. And then the third one has a really dumb... I don't know why it... We'll show it. The third one's really dumb. Alright, anyway, here's the oil boils.
I think apparently they used to have an attack that would just flat lower your HP by a percentage. There's like a oil. I think oil burst was like a gravity thing.
Oh wow, my second hit on that missed. They have actual evade. Alright, I'm gonna have Waka use the shout here. That'll be helpful.
So, Selfie using Wind Slash also brings to attention the whole thing with FF8 characters. They have a very strange skill set.
Yeah.
They're just sort of all over the place, and that's kind of to their downfall. Like, for instance, Quistis. We've mentioned that Quistis has to unlock Black and White Magic 5 because she doesn't have them normally. She is just sort of all over the place with her skill set, but she does not excel at anything in any stretch.
I think the thing that's weirdest to me is that this game has a bunch of... Like, every character in the game is technically a summoner, but, like, there's, what, one summon 5 in the entirety of FF8? I think it's a
yeah, like it's no, it's not Adia. Adia is a summon 4. Oh, Renoa is a summon 5.
Okay. Why did Waka turn into someone else? That is the little roaming warrior. That is like you can have a friend use a friend's ability twice in a fight. So I used this button here that calls out Ramza. It's a very similar setup to, again, if you're familiar with Puzzles and Dragons or most, or like where you have like a friend, you'll have like one friend as like a party member and get their leader ability with you. I think you get their leader ability, not their support.
Yeah, it's basically a friend support mechanic just to help you with when your team is only like one thing that's missing.
Yep. So it means like Ramza there uses shout and that gives haste to your party and also a large attack boost. So it means I don't have to devote anybody on my team to doing that. All right, Betrayer of the Shumi. Okay, I was trying to compare it to some other like puzzle games that people might be familiar with, like other phone games. I actually haven't played Puzzles and Dragons. So. Oh, they have the all caps there. Well, okay. All right.
I played a little bit of Puzzles and Dragons, but it wasn't really my thing either. I got much more into this just because there's an underpinning structure for series of games that I really like. This is a game that loves Final Fantasy as much as I do. That's sort of the blurb that I like to yell at people when I'm trying to defend this game.
So, this fight I can definitely tell is an old fight, because it has very bad targeting mechanics. My full break targeted an orb for no reason there.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Like, okay, sure, thanks.
So, is Norg open to death when he's out of the pod?
Out of the pod. I gotta wait for him to get out of the pod. Get out of the pod! Get out of the pod! There we go. Alright, Norg. Damn those seeds! Alright, we're gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, then we're gonna, you know, crush him with other moves, but...
Yeah, instead of
Come on, instant
instead
KO.
of my other instant death move, why don't we just use Sid? It's about the same thing.
Come on! I'm done for! Why me? Yes!
Oh my god!
It landed! Hell yeah! Instant death.
I can't believe that worked.
So I'm only gonna get expert on this because I didn't lower Norg's magic, because you have to lower Norg's magic once the pod opens, and you also have to exploit weakness when the pod opens. This is good to show that off. I've already done champion on this, so it doesn't
Whatever,
matter.
I accept this outcome.
No, I wanted to show it off this way, to show off that you could miss the medals as a like, hey, you know, don't, you know, if you need to go champion, because you actually, I think I might be able to get yeah, I'll get champion anyway with those two failures, because there were 3.
Yeah, because there were 2 boss fights.
Right. So good. Got to show off all that. FF8 is a fun game. I have a lot of fun playing it. Its plot is nonsensical, but it's still fun. Alright, Impending Terror. This is...
It's also this broken thing in the universe.
The
That's kind of what
Tonberry
makes
King.
it.
The Tonberry King only uses physical attacks, so we just need to bring physical defense. And also, gets more powerful as we, you know, beat him up.
Pretty tame as far as Tonberries go.
Alright, let's, who do I want in here? I'm gonna bring Raijin.
Not liking the plot is fine, Dectalon. It's, basically every plot element is a backdrop to a love story that doesn't even work right in its own execution, so...
Alright, let's just bring Raijin with... That'll be fine. I still want parts with... Yeah, whatever. Hey Raijin, get in here! We're showing off your cool shit. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, I'm one of those lucky guys that happens to have Raijin's SSB and his BSB, so...
I only have BSB. I wish I had it.
Oh, I guess you'll only have to settle for ultimate power. Hmm.
Is Waka actually good? I'm using Waka because I got his burst. I don't think Waka's that great. I just
His
figured,
burst is good.
I figured I would use Waka because it would be something different than the normal, you know, like tried and true, everybody dies to Sid, you know, that sort of thing. Which I'm still have Sid with, so. But yeah,
Sid and Bart's as a matter of fact, because Sly 9 does have Hand of the Crystals, which is Bart's Oversoul break.
yes.
Does one big gigantic meaty hit, and it hits 4 different elements.
Yeah, I think what Zill says is correct. Waka is just is kind of a worse Ferris in terms of like what Waka has available for breaks. But Waka's skill set is, if I just pull up skill set and show off, support 5, sharpshooter 5, celerity 3, combat 3. Not having like life siphon is a bit of a downer in my mind.
He can still use Wrath.
I hate Wrath though, you know that.
Okay.
Like I have Wrath on, but like Actually, no, I should not have Wrath on. I need to have... I don't want Full Break or Wrath right now. I want, You're the one who is addicted to Wrath, not me.
You're the ringleader.
Let's go Armor Break, and...
I say I'm addicted to Wrath, but at the same time, it's like... I am a strong proponent of the idea that you do not need Wrath on a mage in order to make a mage good.
Like, the last time I saw...
That's what separates... No, that's what separates the wheat from the chaff, my friend.
The last time I saw a party of yours, you had 40 uses of Wrath on it or something like that.
Well, I'm not going to say no. That's just rude.
What do we want to bring to this?
All I'm saying is that if a mage cannot use Wrath, that does not mean they are garbage. You just have to rely on hitting weaknesses in order to build meter.
Bring another shout. Alright, we'll beat up on this Tomberry. I like this big old Tom. I like this place, like where you fight the Tomberry King and also Odin. It's a very cool, just like this really odd structure, like this whole like diamond thing you climb up. It's nifty. I like it a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, like you also have a time limit too when you first go up there because you're fighting Odin, and Odin just basically taps the stopwatch the second he sees some idiots come in from the beach.
Yeah, like, hey. I love that. Pile of blitz balls. So again,
about as silly as it was in the original game.
I like the tiny spinny around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Raijin going for the beating him up.
Okay, so Raijin's thing is that his is a lightning / non-elemental burst soul break, but it's also it has the most powerful hits in the game. So when I said before that Squall has the highest DPS thanks to his new burst, and Raijin has the highest damage potential, what I mean is this. Lurking Tiger is a skill that gives Raijin a charge and also moderately off-heals somebody. And he starts building up charges when you use Lurking Tiger. The more charges he builds up, the more hits and the higher the damage and critical hit damage and whatnot of his second command. And so you build up 6 charges, and then you unload and everything just dies.
Yep. It's sharp.
And it's meant to be this stupid on purpose because nobody wants to just sit there and stack up 6 charges every single time they use Raijin, so they had to balance it in such a way that Raijin could get away with using 2 or 3 charges and still have his command be stupidly powerful.
Every single charge of it is more powerful than using like 2 of the command in a row. It's very worthwhile.
Let me put it to you this way. If you max out Raijin's charges and then use his command 2, it's stronger than Sid's OSB.
Here we go. Let's see, we should have 6 hits on the detonate here.
Whoops, he toast.
Oh, he's still standing. So I need Bart's. This is actually up top. This is Orlando from FF Tactics. Thunder God Sid. We have Waka, we have Selfie from 8, and then we have Raijin from 8. Those are our characters.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this game is the specifically the oh no, the Tomberry got small. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
I love that you get to combine games like this and just like, oh, I build a team of just like all my favorite characters from different games, you know.
That's really the biggest draw of Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and especially since the gacha money element does not come into play with that at all. You are perfectly fine with just like getting a roster of your favorite characters and going hog wild. It is only limited to gear.
As we saw at the beginning, okay, so we saw at the beginning, it's the equipment, not the characters that are that. So, all right, this is Prison Keeper. Oh boy, this is an Iron Giant. Okay. Again, all physical. We're gonna bring Gilgamesh to bear on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And also show off silly ways to make this enemy do nothing. So, first thing I want is Gilgamesh in the fight. Second thing I want is... we'll go Fran in the fight. I think Fran can use the ability I want. And then I'm going to go with... Minfilia? No, I don't need Minfilia if I have Fran in the fight. Who else should be in this fight? I want to... let's bring X-Death. That'll be fun. Hey, X-Death, how you doing? And instead of Selfie as a healer, we'll take Yuna. And Bartz can swap for him. I just want to try 5 different characters this time around.
XX Arma has not played Final Fantasy Record Keeper since 2 years ago. I understand.
It's a very different
It was
game.
a terrible game 2 years ago.
Let's bring...
Slayo and I would never have been on board with this game the way we are if we had seen it 2 years ago. It is so boring.
Ash, maybe? Phoebe?
Ash is fine.
Ash, Phoebe, somebody. I need somebody who's got... Alright, so let me make sure that Fran has the ability set I want. Yeah, there we go. So, Blockbuster and Full Breakdown. Let's hit the Optimize button. Let's actually remove all from everybody else. Actually, from everybody. Yeah. Optimize button. That's better. Alright.
I guess the point I was trying to get across is that this game has improved by leaps and bounds. It's a lot of fun now.
Alright, so we want this on those 2 characters. Significantly more lightning damage will be fine. You want to have Full Break and Dark Buster. Dark Buster is important because of this fight.
Yeah, physical so blind is obviously the way to go.
Yeah. Well, it's physical with them not being immune to blind is specifically the points that matter.
Yeah.
A lot of enemies will have, like, elemental resistances and all that jazz, and it's like, no, nothing here. We want... we'll give X-Death cool dark abilities. We'll go Memento Mori and Dark Zone.
Yeah, I think the game really started taking off once Burst Soul Breaks were introduced. They are by far my most favorite aspect of the game because they're infinitely sustainable and they have tons and tons of different effects and utility.
Alright.
They are a lot of fun to use.
Alright, that should be all I want set for this fight. Now we're gonna get to see a really silly, dumb part of this fight, and it's my favorite thing going on here. With the wolf.
I don't like any of these roaming warriors. I guess I have to run Fabul Catzel. Yeah. We used to not have random shuffling or refreshing for roaming warriors, so you kind of had to run a thing in order to refresh the list.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Here we go. So
No guaranteed 5-star. That was the biggest shit.
We're gonna start immediately with some powerful moves. And Memento Mori. Alright, so here we go. This should start off the dumb gimmick of this fight. I think he'll do it after this attack. Ha ha ha! Your weapons tickle!
And he'll just keep saying that, regardless of how many quad 9s are currently hitting his face.
That's what's going on with the fight. I don't really know why, but your weapons tickle like every time. Anyway,
And he has a different one for magic.
Yeah. Your magic will not work on me. So Gilgamesh's ability from the morphing time I just did is going to give him the ability to counterattack any physical, and also anything goes towards him. Alright.
Yeah, so that's sort of Gilgamesh's bag. He draws attacks to him, and he can also evade and counterattack. That's what counterattacks do in this game. They are evade and counter, not like get hit and then counter.
Right there, that was it. Oh my god, he does it on counters!
Oh my god!
and your weapons tickle.
Blind effect one. Damn it! I was hoping it would go up after he finished.
I love this. This is really dumb. Your magic will not work on me. Your magic. I love it. It's so dumb. So with Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh counterattacks anything that hits him physical, and also draws anything to him single target. So outside of one area of effect attack, Gilgamesh is going to counter everything.
It also introduces a sort of means of stopping the power creep that is kind of nasty, which is some attacks. Oh, there we go.
Also, he's blind.
Yeah. Also, he's just turned off.
Can you circumvent his defenses somehow? That's why I brought Fran to the fight. Fran's Gaze of the Void, which I let off with, lowers all their stats, including defenses, which lets me kind of sidestep the defenses of a boss like this.
So, like I was saying, you will eventually run into enemies that have special attacks that ignore aggro.
Yeah. I just love that every attack. Not some,
yep.
Every attack.
Yep, for the higher level stuff, it's basically every attack.
Even here. Oh my god, I just love every single attack I hit this guy with. Whoa, your weapons tickle! And then, oh, wait. I'm at full health on my entire party. Oh. Okay, and the shades. The shades are still in the middle. Yeah, okay.
Well, that was stupid.
Alright, so,
I'm not owned!
Slowly turns into a corn cob. Okay, let's start with the ultimates. So the ultimates are the end of, like, the events. They're the most difficult of all the fights. We start off with, Adele ultimate. Adele is going to be using hefty magic attacks, will be putting on Shell on herself, and counters black and white magic with Drain. This means I'm bringing a very physical-based party, so...
she also, go check her medal conditions real quick.
Oh, yes.
Because she wants a very specific character to fight her, and that would be Vaughn. Vaughn does exactly what those medal conditions require.
No, magic defense is Fujin. Wait. No, that's
Fujin is magic
sorry.
resistance.
Resistance, sorry.
Magic defense.
Yeah, magic defense. Sorry. I had them flipped in my head.
But also guy lowers magic and defense, counters black and white magic. Use Vaughn, you idiot.
Yeah, so we're going to be using a lot of physical-based characters. We're also going to bring in Celise for this because she's very magical-based.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Fran's going to be sticking in the party. I think we're going to put Raijin back in. I want Aiko as our healer. Should probably have Sid in a party, right? Like, no. I need Celise in here. Where you got Celise? Celise instead of Gilgamesh? Sure, that'll be a switch. All right, so Celise is here for one specific move that I have of hers, and it's kind of her, gimmick from. Don't know who half these people are. I'll quick touch on them. We have Celise, one of the main characters.
One of the main characters from
FF6. The general.
You have Raijin, who is with Cypher's posse, Cypher being one of the antagonists from Final Fantasy VIII, so he's like one of his bros.
Yep. We have Aiko, who is a summoner from FF9. She is like the small child who just kind of lives alone in a village with a Moogle and such.
Mm-hmm.
We have Fran, who is
the partner of the leading man, Balthier, from Final Fantasy XII.
If FF12 is is Star Wars, I guess she's Chewbacca.
Yeah, she's Chewbacca to Balthier's Han Solo, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't played 12, so it's hard for me to say anything about them. Oh, there is the original character in Record Keeper, who I don't use because I don't have a lot for Tyro, but right here, this is
Tyro. This is our OC.
As you can see, the thing with them is that they have literally every ability 5-star, everything, and can equip anything. But their stats
are mediocre to compensate for that versatility, but they have a ton of versatility. They basically fit any role.
And then Orlando here is the main character. No, he already finished up his game by the time you're playing Tactics. He's the busted character from Final Fantasy Tactics. He's a Cid. He shows up in your party partway through Chapter 4 of that game, and you never really want to use any other character because Orlando... In that game, you run into a couple different types of knights. You know, you have a holy knight like Agrias, you have dark knights, you have normal knights. Cid's all of them at the same time.
Yep.
So,
Orlando is doing his post-game, yep.
Alright, so let's set up abilities. We have no weaknesses. I want to bring a... I don't think I need a Dispelling Strike, but I'll bring one anyway.
I believe she... Like, yeah, Shell, maybe Protect, we'll see.
I don't know. Gonna bring Magic Breakdown, because that's not actually on my...
I mean, you know something that's really interesting about Adele? She doesn't have Renoa taped to her.
I'm very happy
one of the
about
only...
that.
Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, like, this is a fight where Adele does not have Renoa taped to her, so you don't have that problem.
Right. I'll bring St. Cross. That's generally good to go with this. Alright, and then Record Materia, I'm going to give one to Celeste so that she starts off with her Runic ability, which is her ability in FF6.
Dr. Mog's teachings and Mako Might are basically start with one free charge of your soul gauge bar.
Yeah, so you start with your Limbic Break ability, which those all come from your equipment. So, and the other three are getting abilities that let them charge their breaks quicker.
Celeste is unique in that her default soul break, the one that she just comes with, is one of the strongest default soul breaks in the game because it is not a Shelga. It is just a flat 50% resistance boost that can stack with Shell.
Thinking about it, I guess at this point, FF12 is the only like mainline non-MMO that I haven't played because I've played 13, like much more than it at this point.
Sounds about right.
All right, let's go. We're gonna be bringing with let's go with Master Oz, Vessel of Fate, because we want this ups attack and magic and gives and haste, which is the most relevant stuff here. I could go with a shout, but I like having the burst mode.
Because the burst mode has commands that come with it, and Onion Knights are pretty good. I actually had... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I plan on picking up 12 when it comes out on PC. I've been waiting for that to play it, basically.
Oh yeah, Zodiac Age. I can finally do that, because I've replaced my desktop. I think I can run it.
Nice. Alright. Ooh, actually... Wait.
So, I Am Alive here is a reference to the creepy messages that Adele was sending over basically all communication services across the planet. Nobody had cable for the longest time because she wouldn't stop sending creepy messages across like the cable lines because you're just like going, "Bring me back! I am alive here." Yeah,
but I back out for no reason. I thought Sully said White 4. I backed out for no reason. Okay.
Solis can do a lot of things.
Well, I'm gonna switch one thing then. Yeah, 17 years of no cable because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to Gaia Cross, actually. That was the only thing I want to change. Anyway, we still get to bring Master Oz, because we didn't enter the fight. That didn't cost anything to go in. But yeah. Alright, Adele, this is the end boss of Disc 3. Effectively, I think there's a little bit more after. There might be a little more after it, but anyway. So what we're doing in this fight, we're going to be using Runic to shut off most magic, single target magic, debilitating her with Fran, and then dealing damage with our other characters.
So Celeste's thing is that she is one of the only 2 Runic users in the game. Runic is a very powerful effect that just basically shuts off all single target black and white magic that's hurled at the party, and turns it into, it's an ether. Turns it into an ether. And it doesn't matter who she targets. Runic always eats up that single target.
Yeah.
The only 2 characters in the game that can use this ability are Celeste and Exdeath.
Yes.
Exdeath's Grand Cross has that effect.
Yep. Which won't be appearing anymore on, like, banners and stuff, but Exdeath will be in the future getting a second copy of it. Like a new
Yes, he will be
version.
getting a USB with that effect.
Alright, so as I said, yep, Celeste is, like, diverting magic to her, Fran is debilitating Adele, and then Raijin and our buddy Orlando are going to be the damage dealers. So Celeste is also going to be a damage dealer in this fight, too.
Celeste is a very good Spellblader, too. So I guess what I was going to say about Onion Knight's burst commands, I was just sort of, like, discussing it with some other FFRK folks, and they were like, the strongest 2 non-elemental characters in the game right now are the Onion Knight and Zell. Because Zell's Burst Soul Break is non-elemental, but it has a ton of attacks, it has a ton of batshit crazy effects, and Zell's also a monk, so he can buff himself to hell and back.
Excuse me, what the hell was that?
Yeah, I was about to say. But I think you got that on lockdown, don't worry.
So Energy Bomber's a physical attack? I brought the guy across hoping that would, like, retarget it, but Energy Cross doesn't, respect it, so, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before about, like, attacks that just suddenly do not respect Knight aggro.
Okay, here we go into a new phase. So this is going to be reapply shell, and I think an Ultima is going to be coming out. Hopefully we can... I'm going to try bypassing it, if possible.
So, like, Zell's the strongest physical non-elemental character. Onion Knight is the strongest magical one, because Swift Spell is good. Final boss in the chain should be against a hot dog. Yep! I'm down with that.
Alright, let's see if I can bypass first Ultima. This is gonna be... Ah, crap. Ooh, this actually could be bad if I'm just chaining multiple Ultimas together without being able to, like, heal off of them.
Well, I mean, you still, like... She has to use it 3 more times before you actually start.
No. At 40%, she does a second Ultima. Like, that's... I'm not worried about... I'm not worried about the metal condition. I'm worried about, like, multiple Ultimas hitting my face and dying.
Oh, because you're just, like, pushing her too far in.
I'm pushing her too far in, because now she's doing shell and she's going Ultima again.
Okay.
Magical energy coalesces.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to just take her down before any of you die.
Oh, I should be fine. Like, here comes the Raijin special. Having Raijin do the backup heal will be nice. Oh, here we go. Ultima 2. Yep, that hits. Okay, nice damage.
Everyone's still standing. Good sign.
I think we should have a burst unlocked. Yeah, there we go. Our party-wide heal will be ready. Working Tiger. I'm gonna use it next turn. Oh, maybe not. Flare! Oh no! It's 1.
Whoops.
That's the power of the
Sorry.
Rune. Alright, so Aiko full heals the party, which is all we really needed, and then Thunder God Sid's gonna finish the fight.
Yeah, thing is, they've been trying to do all sorts of, like, special attacks that don't respect aggro because aggro got too strong. They haven't been really doing that with Runic because only 2 characters can use it. And it's not even like a bad thing for 2 characters to have Rooney, because Celeste and X-Death are really good characters.
Yeah. Alright, so... let's see what we got next after this. So we get a bunch of orbs, and we get some crystals, and we get our prizes. The orbs are used for making abilities. And the memory crystals.
There's Laguna's ring.
The memory crystals let you break level cap.
Yeah, Memory Crystal 3 in particular gets you up to 99.
Alright, so let's go ahead and... unstable mechanism. What the hell do we got here?
That's Tripoint.
Oh boy. Oh,
Tripoint is a boss that was in Dracula's Castle, the final dungeon in Final Fantasy VIII.
Elemental weakness changes, starts weak to fire, weakness switches between fire and ice when it's hit, immune to earth, absorbs lightning. Okay, wow. Haste start, blind gets second. Okay, bring mages. That's what I'm reading, is bring mages.
Yeah, Shantoto nudging you in the shoulder hard enough.
Yeah, like, hey, you should bring some mages to this fight, because, like, starting the fight with blind your party? Like, come on. Alright, so let's remove... I said remove everybody. Alright, Shantoto is going to be here because, as we saw there, the boss is weak to fire and ice. And that's Shantoto's game.
Yep.
We'll also bring... I think Yuna will be our healer, because Yuna's our mage team healer. Because Yuna's
Yes, you do have to alternate Shantoto's commands, because fire and ice are on 2 separate commands.
Yep. We can also bring... we can't bring Renoa. Renoa's really bad in this fight, actually. We can't bring Ash, because Ash is really bad in this fight. What mages do... oh, Elfinod? Elfinod. Yeah. Elfinod's a good mage.
Yep.
Could bring...
I liked Golbez just because, like, you've got his burst, so that'll be fine. Like, if you brought... no. I don't think that's a good idea, just because, well, you would need a wall if you just want to, like, thug through all of the Mega Spark counters, because if Golbez is on team, then that means you would be using Banishing Strike to get rid of his haste, and anything that he's not weak to, he counters with Mega Spark.
Okay. But he can't counter Elfinod's commands.
No, he can't. Golbez can also help with that, because his command 1 is a summon.
Let's, instead of Golbez then, let me quick take a look here. Onion, maybe?
Yeah, Onion seems fine, because he just used, like, regular old Dispel.
Or actually, because, like, I need some sort of stat reducer here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that means I actually want to bring a BSB on my... yeah, I'll bring a BSB from, like, my Roaming Warrior to Dispel. Okay.
Sounds good.
Alright, so Onion Knight is a friend. Formation. We want Onion in the back, please. So Onion's gonna be bringing... hold on. Something's wrong here.
Something's wrong here, because Onion Knight can be spec for basically everything, so Optimize just shits the bed.
That's better. There weren't enough correct pieces of equipment, because they were sitting on wrong characters.
I see.
So Onion in the back row.
So for anybody who was noticing, yes, Selphie's nunchucks count as rods.
Yes.
Because otherwise, in some of these, like the PlayStation Final Fantasies, they had a lot of really unique weapon types, and that got to be a really big issue with early Final Fantasy Record Keeper, because everyone had this incredibly unique equipment set that nobody else could use.
Talk about gun arm rather than gun.
Red 13's hair clips.
Yeah. Need to bring... hey... Tritalk, what elements you hit? Oh, the right ones, you say. Okay.
Yeah, a little other something to note. Tritalk, Valagarmando, whatever.
Yeah.
Alphanaut is his best user, because it It's a 6-star ability, which means it's like incredibly hard to get more charges of it.
Yes.
But since Alphanaut has an ether built into one of his burst commands, he can easily sustain Tritalk.
Kate Sith's got a megaphone, and I have no idea what that would be. Let me quick pull up. I think that's like a...
I think it's an instrument.
Instrument? I'll quick
Yes.
take a look. Upgraded equipment. Because I have one of those sitting around. There it is. Yeah, it's classified as instrument.
Yeah, so they caught this problem really quick. Otherwise, it would be hell on earth.
Yeah, that'd be really annoying. Like, again, like Lulu and Barrett are the ones that still suffer from it. Blitzballs also are pretty bad about it. Because, like...
Like, more people can equip Blitzballs, but at the same time, it's only Final Fantasy X characters.
Right. Alright, we're gonna give you... I feel like I have too many healers in this fight.
Like, Alphanaut and Shantoto can carry it just by themselves. You're fine on DPS.
Yeah, I just hate having, like, so many healers, you know? It feels like overkill.
Eh.
It feels like I'm just gonna make the fight last too long. I don't know. That's probably not, like, actually a real problem. Alright, who's gonna get record materia for everything we want? I think we want Wall to start the fight, which is going to be Stone Skin 2 to reduce damage a lot, and we're going to have Onion start as well.
Yeah, so we were talking about Tyro a little bit before. A lot of his soul breaks are all like powerful support options, and his most powerful contribution to the party is an effect known as Wall, which is carried by Sentinel's Grimoire, available only to him, and Stone Skin 2, which is available to Ishtola. These effects basically triple your defense and resistance. They're the bread and butter of your high-level fight defenses.
Alright, so I need to find a useful roaming warrior that has stat debuffs. Preferably like a... No, not History's Truth, not Hidden Bloom.
Yeah, History's Truth can stack with Onion. Or you could take me.
Well, yours isn't, like, if yours was on Ferris, I would. I literally don't have any
Oh, you need a debuff, okay.
I need debuffs, or else I'm not gonna make the, I'm not gonna get Mastery.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're just taking a look. Anything that's a debuffer on these will be fine. I kind of know what a lot of these do, so once I see, like, what the character is, it's just like, okay, like, ooh, maybe just a Gaze of the Void. No, I don't think Gaze of the Void's actually what I want.
Mostly Mega Flare is what you want.
That's real. Alright, yeah, actually, quickly, formation, Onion, get in the front row.
I can also quickly switch to mostly Mega Flare in case things go south.
Yeah, okay, mostly Mega Flare. Okay. Okay.
Mostly Mega Flare is the most powerful debuff burst soul break in the game. It's on Setzer.
So you can see
it has a shitload of very powerful offensive reducing effects that stack on top of each other. And people often are wondering why or how they could possibly allow Setzer to keep those things together.
You can see Dracula's Castle in the background.
Dracula's Castle. Also, this music is good. Ultimecia's Castle music is good.
Start weak to fire. Alright, so let's lead with the Vessel of Fate.
So bear in mind, too, even if you attack with something that hits both possible weaknesses at once, it counts as, like, he'll just still do the switch. Like, if you hit him with fire and ice and he's weak to fire, he'll still switch to ice weakness.
Yeah, so, like, here, I had Shantoto use Chain Blizzaga because the use of Valor Garmanda should switch it in weaknesses. So there's the blind. I don't care about that.
This has all been very magic heavy. Also, this burst soul break animation owns.
Yeah. Are we in the we're in the wine cellar, right? Like that's where this one's hanging out.
I think so. Because, like, Red Giant hangs out in, like, the dungeon or whatever.
I need to Dispel next, though. That's going to be the next move that Onion does, because I really need this haste off. So, yep, now vulnerable. Now it's going to switch again, so now it's weak to fire. Probably gonna counter there, right? Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, all these abilities go off at different speeds, so like it's a bit funky to get used to.
Yes.
Specifically, like all abilities have a generic speed that they go at. Your Soul Breaks, your Limit Break style abilities have a slower speed that they take to use, and then some abilities go at quicker speed anyway. Shit,
yeah, Celerity and Ninja go at faster speeds than normal.
Should be on Blizzard.
And there are some speeds that are just, like, on the tag, they tell you whether or not it's a reduced delay or instant or what have you.
Yeah. Like, Celerity goes faster, Ninja goes faster, then some abilities just have it go faster on them, like Shantoto's cast abilities.
Yeah, like, Shantoto has a skill set that is called Witch that's on several other mages, and the whole point of Witch is to cast spells that have reduced casting time. So she can just like cast a thing and then have her next spell go at like half as much speed.
Yeah, I think it's quicker.
Yes. This applies to Soul Breaks as well, so you can just have that effect. You can just, like, throw a Witch spell at somebody and then have the quicker cast time going into your Soul Break.
There we go. Aerial Blast. I hit with one of those. Yeah, that's not going to be that effective.
Yes, Extra Slice ain't that good. It's all Swift Spell or bust.
Well, Swift Spell doing, like, very... I kitted for physical, so, whoops.
Nah, it's fine. That's kind of the problem here, is like, Onion Knight is really supposed to be the best at everything, and his stats do reflect that, except, like, magic is much kinder in that respect.
So this should be Ice Week now. Ooh, haste again. Okay, so I've got something to hit. Okay, Wind Blade.
So all of Alphanod's commands and his entry are typed as summon, and summons cannot be countered at all.
Okay, this should be an ice hit. So then I need to do fire hit on my next one. Oh god, this juggle is a bit of a...
That's cool, I got your back. I mean, it doesn't help that you have a lot of, like, multiple element hitting shit.
So, ice on this one?
No,
Fire on this one, because ice was the... Fire. I'm not even gonna, like, bring back Valigarmanda, so I don't have to worry about triple juggling things. I'm just gonna use Windblade over and over again. I could, like, use the second command to reset Valigarmanda, but I don't want to. Okay. So that was fire, now we're back to ice. Oh my
That's kind of one of the only problems with Alphanod and Tritok. He doesn't really use an element that Tritok can take advantage of.
Okay, whatever. I get to use Tenets of the Faith, which ups magic on the party even further. So this is ice.
Yes. Like, the only reason you're having a wind character use 3 different elements that have nothing to do with wind is just because he gets an ether charge, and summons are notoriously, like, low count on uses.
So now we're on fire. Yo, timing.
Hmm. You can also see that Shantoto is, like, whipping out these spells at ridiculously fast speeds because that's what her Burst Soul Break does. It has reduced delay on all of her spells.
Yep. Alright, here comes our vessel. I'm gonna have somebody reuse our Setzer entry again.
Mostly Mega Flare, just keep him pressed down.
Yeah. What am I on right now? Ice or fire?
You used ice, so fire.
Okay, well, we'll just play rough. Oh, you're gonna have to reapply the wall. That's more important.
That means that you're going back to ice.
Ooh, that is powerful now. So there's the third blind go. This is why I bring a mage party, not a physical.
Yeah, this event likes magic a lot.
You can reuse Aerial Blast, which is instant. This is going well. So I'm on ice now?
Yes.
Okay. I lose count because I'm keeping track of too many things for the juggle.
I'm helping. I'm a helper.
By the time I get back to it, it's like, oh shit, where am I? Damn.
I was kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Setzer gets a little thing. There is a small chance that the third bar will jam, and then Setzer jams it back down, and he gets double the hits.
Oh, I'm not on ice. Fuck.
Damn it.
Yep.
I was
I've been,
seriously helping.
I've been fucked. Alright, let's...
So you say, that did like barely nothing.
Alright, so I'm on fire then. Okay, now I'm back on ice. Oh my god. Juggle. Hey, Mega Spark. It's just gonna win the fight here? It'll just win the fight here.
Yeah, it'll win the fight here.
Go.
Did we mention that there's a special, like, mode that you can do where you only play as Final Fantasy VIII characters for this fight?
Yeah, there's a Sid mission for it. So
Yep.
I do not have the abilities for this for Sid.
I don't have the
mission.
time or the patience for that.
I like trying them. I'll probably try the Sid mission on the next one, like on the FF5 one. But
Yeah, it's perfectly fine if you have like all of the resources necessary to pull it off.
all right. And so we get our orbs and our crystals and our all that jazz because we won the fight. Then we got one fight left. I don't know what we got.
I know what you got.
All right, let's see what this last fight upcoming is. Ironclad. Oh, it's this thing.
Yeah, this is the carrier. Okay, so this thing is weak to lightning. You beat it down, and then a bunch of dudes come out and murder your ass with attacks.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try physical based for this. Oh, okay. Ultimate short fuse, cool. Right, I remember that from when we had Big's Wedge.
Yeah, you might want to just like focus down people so you don't have to deal with ultimate short fuse a whole bunch.
All right, so let's bring a physical party for this. Sid, get in the party. Get in.
Ishtola may want to stay. Native Wall
Fran,
in a long
get
fight.
In. Realm, get in. I don't know if Gilgamesh is worthwhile enough for this.
Either Raijin or Orlando would do wonders here.
Yeah, Raijin.
I can safely say that aggro is certainly worth thinking about, just because, like, there are several attacks that do aggro, that respect aggro.
Alright, so this is a fight where we're having two healers. One is Y'shtola using our Stone Skin to keep us at double defenses, and the other is going to be Realm, who's going to be keeping us standing with the power of Last Stand.
I would also suggest bring Fire Resist, if you have it.
I don't even know what sort of crap I have like that around. I need Wrath on this so that I can immediately use my my gauge again the moment we get to phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that can be a striker, and this can be Battleforged, and then that means you...
Yo, Raijin actually helps really well with, like, a group healer, because Realm can just focus on group healing, and Raijin can spot heal.
Yeah. Let's see, Raijin, Knight's Charge. Abilities, we want...
I would definitely recommend Meteor Crush if you have it.
Yeah, it's somewhere around here. And then you can take... Soldiers don't have any weak... They don't even have a bio weakness. That's weird.
No, they don't have any weaknesses. Like, bringing a physical type... Bringing all physical to this fight is recommended because their commander counters all black and white magic with Sloga.
Screw off. Screw that. I ain't dealing with Sloga. Alright, that looks right.
They counter all physical attacks with Lariat, which is much less stupid.
I can deal with that. Let's turn. So when you optimize, it turns on your defaults, and I don't want those on. I just want the strong ones, so I don't have to go into a second menu when I'm in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, all magic except summons.
Well, nothing counters summons. That's like a rule.
Yeah, summon is wizard crimes.
This looks good. Protect shell. This should be reversed.
I guess Gilgamesh's Naginata is better than whatever Fran can equip for this realm.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. All my other weapons for this realm are already being used. I think it's Cypher is all messy, and then Raijin's staff. Alright,
Oh, right. Zantetsuken Reverse is the one and only exception to summon countering, because, you know, it's meant to counter a summon.
Alright, so again, I'm gonna bring a Vessel of Fate, though I guess I could just bring a Shout if I actually... That's probably just better. I'm not a mage team.
Yeah, I understand, TKK. I guess my point is they are trying not to abuse that sort of thing.
Alright, so, final fight. This is the final fight of the event, so... This is the Apocalypse level fight, 220. Alright, so we want to... Again, debuff as much as possible so that we're not getting absolutely crushed. If we can make it to the point where Realm gets to cast Star Prism, we should be alright.
Yeah, so this is one of the last ones that are kind of dicey. Asura and Leviathan and the Aeons that started us off were extremely rude. And, like, this one is just sort of, it's quite a step down, and then from then on, a lot of the 220s are going to be relatively tame.
Yeah. Again, I switched Protectica on so that would happen first, rather than, like, having the shell in the pocket. And then I'm having Raijin use Shout, and then Gaia Cross here to, like, pull onto any, like, single target physicals. Like that. It's 242 instead of the 20 freaking 600 from the first hit. That's a huge down. Alright. Feeling pretty powerful now that I've literally cut their damage in, like, by... I have decimated
tenfold
their damage. Alright, so let's start doing Life Siphon to build up meter. Ray Bomb. Yep, that sure is a move you got there. Really need...
And that was why you bring Fire Resist.
Yeah, well, I need Shell Up is more the actual problem there. Worm Fang, and then we just Wrath Up.
No, some of the stuff pierces anyway, but it should, you know, be prefixed with an ultimate for that reason.
Yeah. Ooh, I might have made a mistake in bringing Ultra Cure. F. Also, oh, I don't need Meteor Crush. I brought Shout. Whatever.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You're the one who said to bring Meteor Crush.
Yeah, because I thought you were bringing, like, onion... whatever.
Any chance of suplexing in this? Does Saban even have a suplex move at this point? It's kind of sad.
Like, if he has an OSB, it's definitely going to be Suplex the Train. It has to be Suplex the Train.
Yeah. Alright. Did that do anything? I don't even think I saw a damage number from that. What the hell? Alright, there we go. Star Prism.
Okay, and Megiddo Flame.
Yep. That's fine. Thunder God!
This is basically all completely acceptable.
Oh god, that was 4 damage off. Are you kidding me? 69, 416. Don't give me that, Sid. Don't give me that.
Yeah, so the collective HP of this entire fight is somewhere around 700,000.
Yeah. Alright, so now we have
the collective
Guts
HP
applied.
for the next fight is somewhere around 400,000. It goes down.
Goodness. Yeah, Ultra Cure was a huge mistake, and I might just lose the fight like 10 minutes from now because of that. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can tear down the fight quickly, and then that's not actually that big of an issue.
Yeah, I'm thinking just like maybe a couple of charges before you detonate.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Apply.
Always reapply.
And there's Beam Cannon. Wow.
Yeah, we are kind of praying for these whiffs, aren't we?
At this point, I'm like, we're set up well enough that, like, the worst case is something we can deal with. Like, again, I have Last Stand on. Nope. So this is the boss fight at the missile base, I guess, for those who haven't...
Yeah, this is the one where, like, your B team sneaks into the missile base and fails to stop the missiles anyway.
Yeah.
Also, if you put Renoa in this team, she literally she sees the missiles coming down onto the base and she goes, "Squall, did you put me on this team because you hated me?" And the player's just like, "Yeah."
Alright, I'm gonna detonate here. Shout. Reapply that. We should be out of this phase of the fight. Oh! The shout fell off, so no, we're not out of this phase of the fight. Okay.
I was about to say, you were almost there.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Yep, that hits pretty hard.
So, just Star Prism, like, immediately.
Yeah. Oh boy. We're probably having some guts trigger. Uh-huh.
Just sort of praying he whiffs.
No, I'm praying I get Star Prism off first.
Prayer accepted. The Windfish heeded your call.
Thank you. Also, thank you for that. Okay. God, yeah, see, I'm on 1 Ultra Cure use now.
Yeah, you might want to just... Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't... Alright, so Thunder God should take it out now that we have our Shout Back applied, but now we're in phase 2 of the fight.
And now Raijin gets to pick who we're focusing down first.
Yep. Alright, Raijin, choose wisely.
Raijin also has 1 last Meteor Crush in the pocket, so he can still double down on good damage if no one else can.
Yep. Alright, Raijin, who's the target? It's you! Alright!
This dude!
You're getting owned, alright. Void. I like using Rainbow Aura because of the instant cast and it builds meter.
Yes,
quicker.
spot heals are getting more and more important with this shit.
Okay, so there's a bunch of defense, you know, like defense down, attack down, that sort of thing, which will be large. Okay. I have Raijin off healing as well, so...
You got Stone Skilled and ready to go.
Yep. Star Prism again. Yep. Get out of here. Oh, oh, oh. There's that short fuse.
Oh man, Star Prism saving the day.
Yeah. Alright. We should hopefully have this dude knock the hell out with a Thunder God Sid.
I'm willing to bet your shout fell off again.
I don't think so. I don't think it fell off yet. Can't tell if that's off.
Done!
Okay.
Okay.
2 left.
So that's one of the nicer things about Raijin's charge system. He does not lose his charges at all.
Yeah.
Like his charges work off of the normal 20-second buff time that other buffs have. You don't lose them when you go out of burst mode, and you can carry them into your next burst.
Alright, I have to reapply Protect here. That's just gotta be my move, and I can only reapply Shell, so...
So yeah, unlike Squall, Raijin is purpose-built for longer fights, where he can just, like, play the long game.
Alright, 2 Worm Thing... You know what, let's...
That's probably going to be your last Thunder God for a while, Chief.
That's fine. Want to keep Thunder God mode going.
I'd also make sure that Meteor Crush is applied at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna burst until Meteor Crush is, you know, like, used. So... Raijin's kind of, like, just healing at this point. We're gonna Meteor Crush this dude and try to take him out without using the attack.
Without using Detonate, yeah.
Worm Fang, Rainbow Aura, because that's the best healing. I love the instant cast on that, it's so good. I think we'll apply Meteor Crush here. Meteor Crush. No, I'm gonna have to reuse my burst to... Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, hopefully he... Yeah, hopefully he keeps his shit.
Let's just basic attack. You know what?
Yes, Raijin is a monk.
Yep.
Which means that he can use monk stuff.
Okay, somebody's up and running. That's good.
Rome has been on point with these.
Raijin Special, Thunder God. Sure, counter lariats, whatever. From here, we just crush this last dude with all of our big moves.
Squirrel token, yes. There is a darkness. There are 2 darkness monks. There are Jecht and Vayne Solidor from Final Fantasy XII. Fujin,
incredibly powerful.
yes, Fujin is extremely strong magic ninja.
Yeah.
Raijin is more about, like, waiting and then dropping a nuke on somebody.
Which is what we're going to see right here. Here
Hopefully. I sure hope your charges are still there.
It's only been 2 moves.
Okay.
Raijin detonate. And then I guess we're just basic attacking with our buddy. I can see hastes have fallen off some people.
Oh my god, Raijin, please explode. I believe in you.
Alright. Here we go.
Oh my god!
What if the enemy just gets deleted?
This is it. This is why you use Raijin, folks.
Alright, we get the champion even. -2 on damage taken, -1 on actions taken. That's generally what you get in these long-ass fights.
Oh my god.
And then Raijin blew the hell up and the enemy just died. I like it. Alright. We get our 5 Rosetta Stones. We get more wind crystals. Nice crystal. And, okay. Crystals are for 6-star abilities. They're very rare. Alright. And that's it.
Yep.
So that is the FF8 event. We've finished it up. We've gotten all the way through it, and that feels pretty good. So.
Yeah. Apologies for the initial technical problems. We're still working out the kinks for the internet connection, but hardware-wise, I should be good to go.
All right. So, hopefully next week on Monday, over in Vprisoner's channel, we'll have the FF5 event, which is the release of Go-Go.
Famed Mimic Go-Go.
Yeah. Also, it's going to be... I think it's going to be a lot of fun, because I love FF5, and I'm...
FF5 is really good.
So, yeah, FF5 next week. If you stick around in this channel right here, I'm going to be switching over to playing some Gwent for a couple hours. So, that'll be some fun, if that's your style. And I think also later today we have Left 4 Dead 2 going on in Gnomebitten's channel. So, a lot of other stream stuff going on tonight. Anything else you want to...
No, I think that about does it.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to bring the stream down for a very short period of time, just to go ahead and switch things over to Gwent, and we're going to get things going to Gwent, so... That'll be all. So thank you all for joining. Hope you all had a good time. Thank you, Vpriz, for letting me take the reins for one more week.
No problem. This was very last minute. I should be thanking you.
And I'll be back in like 10 minutes. The stream will just be down for like 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be doing some Gwent. So good night, everybody.
Good night.